Hello, everyone. It is Synolve. How are you guys doing? I am here, right? I am Synolve, your spiritual guide on your spiritual journey of restoring your African mind, your African crown, restoring the beauty of who we are, the internal light of who we are and who we have been called to be, who we have been through out all of eternity, back to who we are. And so I'm your spiritual guide. Many of you are awakening in this season of the Great Awakening, to return home to Africa, to the motherland, to visit Africa for the first time, to return to an African-centered spirituality and conscious thought, African cosmology, a thought that is related in a principle of oneness of who we are, and establishing this in the earth and building so that each of us as people can rise. And so I love you. I am here for you on your journey. Yes, I am. And so today, all this week, we've been working through the principles of Kwanzaa, the sacred principles of Kwanzaa, and we are so grateful. So, excuse me, y'all. Look, what's going on? All right. So anyway, I was reaching for my water. Let me just go ahead and take a sip. Y'all take a sip of water. Pour out a little libation while you at it. Do what you got to do, honey. We are real over here on this channel. Got me a little piece of ice. We are real over here on this channel. You know what I'm saying? Because we family. Lord, I didn't knock it. Okay, we're gonna knock the cup down. All right. All right, so be sure to go ahead and perform all the rituals that you must perform. I should have had you do that while I was grabbing the water. Go ahead, and like, comment, subscribe, honey, share, and reshare again with someone. Now, we're going through this first spiritual principle. Oh, and if you would like to share a gift, honey, in this season of Kwanzaa, right? Then go ahead and share a gift. Go ahead and share a gift. I'll leave all the information below. We're also in the midst of our feeding programs, which we do every single month at Craft Organization. And so if you'd like to give and continue to help us build community here in the West and in Africa, then do so. I'll leave all that information below. All right. All right. Okay. Hit the join button, become a part of the community. Y'all know. All right. So now, Nia. And so we're working today on day 5, and it is Nia, right? It is purpose. This is the day that is celebrated on December the 29th, but you may celebrate it today wherever you are and every day for the rest of your life, because this is really about incorporating those principles within, right? And living them out. No more of this living, believing, so-called, believe in one thing but living your life in another and being messy. We ain't no more of that, y'all, because today, day 5, Nia, NIA, teaches us that we are to be on purpose, in our purpose, right? Nia. And so the whole thing of Nia is I love, going through researching these definitions. It's Nia is purpose, right? Meaning the actual meaning of Nia is purpose. And so it's setting goals that benefit the community. So let me begin again. And let me just say to you guys, because I forgot, y'all were supposed to tell me what is going on, y'all. Habari Gani. What's the news? And then your answer is Nia. Absolutely. Okay. So Nia, the meaning is purpose. The action, right? So there's a meaning and there's a purpose. Love it. That's some of the teachers in the house, right? Setting goals that benefit the community. Okay. So Nia, to restore, y'all see me looking down, looking at my iPad, to restore African American people to their traditional greatness, to be responsible for those who came before us, our ancestors. So be responsible, y'all. Look, because people ask me a lot about African African, ancestral worship or ancestral veneration, ancestral, libations, all of that stuff. People ask about those things. And I asked, so I'm glad you're asking these questions. I really am. I'm going to devote a series starting in the new year. Many of us already started the new year. We've already started. And many of us started December the 21st, but some of us started even before that. We were already, but we getting ready to cross over for the rest of the world. It's all right. Let them cross, girl. Let them cross, chat. Let them cross, king. Let them go. It's all right, queen. Don't stop them. Let them do what they do. But anyway, so I had a beautiful question from just an amazing supporter and partner with Craft Organization. And so shout out to Brian and Lavecchia Wilson. Milton and I appreciate you so much. We y'all touched our hearts so much. We love you guys. And so Lavecchia had a question in one of my classes, and she was, or it's either one of my classes or one of my lives, and she asked a question about African spirituality. So my promise to you and to her, because your wish is my command, is to really talk about that in the new year, to hone in on what is African spirituality and to really talk about those principles. And so we're beginning, actually, I've already begun it by talking more about Kwanzaa. And so this is kind of for me, this is kind of a foundational way and a bridge. And so thank you to Dr. Karenga for that. And so people ask me, right, about, girl, because I love this stuff. So yeah, I can get real off on a tangent. But so she asked this question, and people often ask, that about libations, all of that. And so it really is being responsible for those who came before us. It's not worship. The outside culture, right? I used to call it dominant culture. It's not even dominant. It's just outside culture imposed upon us these different languages or words and definitions and meanings. And so one of the words, for example, that was imposed upon us was worship, right? So ancestral worship. And that's not what we were doing. What our ancestors were doing when you look at Africa, was, right, being responsible for the legacies, the stories, the histories, right, the her stories, right, the her stories, were really honoring the divine feminine, honoring the divine masculine, honoring these people who had come through us, come before us, and we came through them, right, as a part of a lineage. And so that's what it is. It's not a worship. And so that word doesn't fit, right? And so it's also a veneration, right? It's an honor. We have to honor, right? This is a part of Nia, having this purpose that we will honor the legacies of our people. So we honor Garrett A. Morgan. We honor, right, Washington Carver. We honor Harriet Tubman. We honor all of the people, Rosa Parks. We honor these people, right? We don't worship them. You see, we don't worship them. We honor them for what they did. And because whenever we call their names, we pour out the water as a sacred way of reconnecting with the earth and this flow of knowledge, right? Because water, knowledge, wisdom, pouring out. Aquarius, come on, y'all. Y'all been through all these things. You understand you're making these connections. And so we are then honoring them for the work that they do. This is Nia. This is the purpose of why we are here. Reconnecting with that. It is not a worship the way that they worship or other traditions worship in Christianity, or they worship a person or a Trinity or triune God. Is not to worship Mother Mary. It's not that at all. It is simply honor, right? And to be responsible for continuing the honor, right? The people who have come before us, our ancestors. It's the continuation, because what happens is if we don't know our story, we don't know our history, we don't honor our story, we don't cherish our history, someone else will tell it. What is the quote? If the hunter is always telling the story of the hunt, then everything will be from the hunter's perspective. but it is never from the lion's perspective. And so we are the lion, right? And so it is time for the lion story to be told, right? And so and this is the truth, because not all lions are, are caught or trapped, or many of them are free. So we must tell those stories. We must tell those stories of our lions and lionesses, our kings, our queens of our people. You understand? I could stay right here. I could just be a Nia right here on this first line and stay right here because I love it. Now, two, and to be responsible, right, to all of those who will follow our descendants. So when we're responsible to the ancestors, we're responsible for now, right? What's happening now, what's occurring now, the creations that are being made, the progress that's being going forth and so forth. Then we're also responsible for our descendants, right? So creating this earth, this world that is livable for our descendants, talking about social justice issues to make it safe for our people, returning home to Africa, knowing the history of Africa, of the great dynasties, our great ancestors, and the great things that they have done, knowing about the Moors. Do you understand? I'm just saying, understanding about the Moors. I love it. And knowing our history, even watching, what is it, Bridgerton? I've tried to watch a little bit of it last night, but y'all, I was tired. But I want to try to revisit it again, and understanding, what is it, King George III, his wife, I hope I got the number right, but his wife, the queen, was of mixed race. She was a Moor, African American, and also, so LaShonda Rhimes, Shonda Rhimes, she got it right. I'm not LaShonda, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. Forgive me, Miss Rhymes. Shonda Rhimes got it right? So all the history, knowing these things as we walk in, right, and restoring. She is a keeper of the history, right? She's a keeper. She's a griot. And so understanding and knowing who we are, right? Knowing who we are, understanding our power. And so this is going to be a continual, perpetual thing, because we got to bring up the generation that's coming before. How we think about Africa, how we talk about Africa in front of our children. You all taking the time to talk about Nia and every day of Kwanzaa, and sharing this video with your children, sitting down, lighting the candles together as a family, sharing a feast, sharing a meal, just talking over the meaning of these principles, taking your child to go visit Africa, talking about Africa, loving yourself, loving your brown skin, loving your crowd and your hair, and like your skin that you are, all those things, right? We are keepers of that. Honoring that. It's not a worship, it's a veneration, right? Veneration and honor, to honor, right? It's misunderstood. Just like, because I'm not going to go off on too far of a tangent, but just the same way that the word witch was imposed upon us and upon our people. So now, we need to be sacred keepers of our wisdom. And that includes herbs, it includes crystals, it includes the moon, it includes the understanding of the sun, it includes the gifts of the Magi, each of the gifts that they brought, and they, brought to the Christ, because Christ, knowledge, wisdom, okay, y'all. And it's also this keeper of the knowledge, right, of, the herbs and the medicines that they use. So one of the early uses, or that what they called witch doctors, right? One of the things, that European, right, called witch doctors, which we would have called them in our own languages, because they're 54 countries and, right, hundreds, thousands of languages, were traditional healers. And so one of the things that traditional healers often would have, when you come up to their place of, a business, their healing sacred spaces, they would always have snakes, and they would have someone who worked with them to catch the local venomous snakes in the village. And so that venom then would be the cure if someone got bit by the snake. Come on, somebody. Y'all understand, because this is how they're able today to create a vaccine. Come on, y'all follow. And so because they're able, then what they put in a little piece of the vaccine is some of the disease itself. Come on, I'm preaching better than y'all. Amen. And come on, somebody in this house. Come on in this house and get this wisdom. And so this is, is what was superimposed was the the evil name along with the connotations and the definition of witch doctor, which does not exist. Doesn't exist. What they did was they took the knowledge out of Africa, right? From our people. They took this knowledge of how to create a vax and how to inoculate people and how to cure people when they have certain diseases or illnesses by giving this re-injecting back into the body small doses of that to help you sort of get over, become used to your body, build an immunity to that disease, right? And so that's that foundation. And so thank God for witch doctors, thank God for witches, but no, right? Thank God for traditional healers. Let us restore the names and call our people who they are. Let us not take on these European names, and let us not be poor keepers of the wisdom and the knowledge that our people have given. But, we've all done it. Because I have done it in my before the hair wraps and all this stuff. Because I was taught in Christianity that, the scriptures about, witches and witchcraft and all sorcery and all those things. Yes, so I didn't understand it either. But you know what I did? I had to learn. I had to go research and learn for myself. And that's what you must do in this season, because you are the keeper of the wisdom. You're the keeper of the wisdom and the knowledge. You are the keeper of that. You are. And it is not the time of the season to be lied unto, right? And to allow ourselves to be continually lied to. We have to know our purpose. You have to know your research. You have to know who you are. And you have to embrace your crown, embrace your wisdom, embrace who you are, and embrace the wisdom of your people, of Africans all over the world. And we're gonna have to tackle the word African in another video, but we're gonna be all right now. But you understand what I'm saying. So we are the keepers, right? Wisdom. So the purpose of this whole thing is to return. And that means to clear out all the old lies, to clear out, just like a room. You in there sweeping and you cleaning and you dusting, and you get all that old stuff out. And that old thing, those old words, those old terms, worship, starts to come up, and then it makes you feel funny. It's like African worship. No, I'm supposed to only worship the one true God. So it kind of fights against the knowledge and the wisdom, right? Because you don't understand it, or because we don't understand it, or because we've been taught a certain thing in a certain way, and we are in belief and in faith, and we are being called to step into truth. That hit me in my soul, because that was for me. Come on, ancestors, y'all in here, yeah, come on in this house. I'm just saying. So to restore, let me just recap. To restore African American people to their traditional greatness, to be responsible. Their word responsibility keeps coming up in the principles, to those who came before, right? Our ancestors, and their knowledge and their wisdom, and not to allow them to be demonized anymore. That's your responsibility. To not allow them to be demonized, to be evilized, to be called out their names anymore. Not to allow the practices that they have done to be demonized and evilized in this system, because there's been too much of that. Too much of that has happened. Y'all, honestly, I am tape recording this on the 30th, and this is the morning, because I was so tired yesterday. She was so tired. I just fell out. I really, the whole day, I was so tired. We have worked with craft organization. Hubby was out this morning picking up turkeys, y'all. And we didn't we working, and we had a blessing, and we are blessing others. It's just, it is what it is. And then someone gave us some vouchers to pick up two turkeys, and then we also had some donations. We put this out like we wanted to provide meat. In one of the videos, just kind of said it, and then someone gave us a beautiful, amazing donation. Just blessed our hearts so much. And so we were able to continue to do that, because people still have to eat. People still have to eat today, not just the holiday. You got to continue to eat the whole year. You understand what I'm saying? So being keepers, right, of this and of the information, of the knowledge, keepers of our people, to restore African people to their traditional greatness, right? To be responsible to those who came before us, to not allow them to be demonized, to not allow them to be called out their names, called witches, not to be allowed to call something that it's not. So it's not worship, it's honor, right? Like you would honor your mother and father. And then when they go on in their ancestors, and they go with the Most High, and they, wake up great morning with the ancestors, you continue to honor them and their legacy, because they did amazing things. They raised your knucklehead and my knucklehead, my head. You understand what I'm saying? All right, I love y'all. But you gotta laugh every now and then. And so to honor, right, and to be responsible for those who follow. So, right, how do you do that? You do that by passing on the wisdom. Yeah, I don't, preach in this house today. All right, so Nia, here's another one. It's good. To make our collective vocation the building and developing of our community in order to restore our people to traditional greatness. Same thing, to make our collective vocation. What is a vocation? It's our work. I mean, WERK. Y'all hear me now? Yes, I'm preaching now. Amen. To make it our collective vocation. You know what a vocation is. It's you work that thing, and it's more. It's vocation is beyond career. It's a life's work. It's your vocation that you get up every day, every morning. When you rise, you honor, right, yourself. You honor your people. You honor the ancestors. Everyone else in the world. Ain't this crazy though? Because everybody else in the world can build statues of their people. They were toppling down the racist statues all over the world. We've taken ours down in Memphis, right? Some of the statues of the 3K folks. You understand what I'm saying? So why is it we can't honor our own? Have you ever asked that? If when you try to honor your people, it's called worship or witchcraft. You ever thought about that? You can't build a statue for yours. You can't honor, call out their names. Now, their worship is on their money. All their old slave owners, all of them are on money. Okay. You come on, amen, somebody. Building and development of our community, to the vocation of the building and developing of our community in order to restore our people to traditional greatness. How does that happen? It comes up here. It's restoring the crown. It's restoring your knowledge. It's honoring yourself, honoring the wisdom of the ancestors, honoring the wisdom of all that people have come before us. Not just the story only of what has happened in the West and how we got over, but also going back to Africa and honoring that. Honoring the Moors who left Africa and, overtook the Spanish, right, and ruled for generations. The Moors, you understand, the Moors who ruled in Russia. Come on, somebody. Yes, those people. The Egyptians, honoring, right? The Egyptians who, y'all, we're gonna have a conversation about that. And where the Egyptians, who they really are. Come on, look at their noses and the pyramids and all that beautiful wisdom. Come on, somebody, y'all. Come on, the traditional greatness. Honor. Everybody else wants you can honor everybody else, but you can't honor yourself. We honoring ourselves in this season. Yes, we are. We're restoring our traditional knowledge and our traditional wisdom. We are returning to our African mind and understanding who we are. All right, I'm just scrolling back to my notes to get this day, because I usually... Okay, here it is. All right, I'm just scrolling Just scrolling back to get my day. Now, what was I saying? I was saying, yeah, I was so tired. I don't know if I finished that thought, but I was so tired yesterday I didn't get a chance to finish it today. But I got up this morning and I was listening to one of my sisters, Daisha. And then I was listening to, I could hear the Spirit say, just turn the TV on. Something I want to show you. Don't even, just first video that pops up, I want you to click it. So I clicked it. I was so blessed this morning. And another video came behind it. It was on YouTube. I was blessed by them and the knowledge they were dropping about Africa and ancient Egypt. Ooh, y'all. And it just restored my soul. It just restored my soul. I don't think, because the Most High knows, I don't think if I had done this video yesterday that I could have done it justice. And so I'm glad that I'm doing this video today. Now, if you hear something, hubby's cooking lunch, so and it smells good. So, all right. So now, let's go on to our candle lighting ceremony because I think we are. I think the Spirit says it's enough. I don't preach enough in this moment. All right, y'all. Pour out a little bit for the Spirit. Hubby don't want me to get the floor wet. You're supposed to pour it out on the ground outside. All right, come on now. So here we go. We are going to light our first candle, Umoja. Then we're going to do our second, Kujishakalia. And then our third, Ujima. And then our fourth candle, Ujama. And then we're going to go here to the back. And we are going to light our fifth candle, which is Nia. Purpose, okay? Way back here. Y'all see that? Way back here. All right, and I wore green, as you can see, to honor this green. Beautiful moment. All right, because I love green. Y'all don't know, green is one of my favorite colors. Let's have a moment of silence. Umoja. Kujishakalia, self-determination. Umoja was unity. Ujima, collective work and responsibility. Ujama, collective economics. And our fifth candle for today, which is green. I know y'all have been waiting for green. It is Nia, purpose. And so we thank you. We honor the ancestors, those who are here still alive, who have lived through the 60s and the civil rights movement, and who are now the keepers of that history. We thank you and we honor you. We are grateful for you. We are grateful for your marches, for your work. We are grateful for the 70s and the hairdos. Thank you for the power sign. We are grateful to Muhammad Ali. We are so grateful to all who were active during that time. Harry Belafonte. We are grateful to all Eartha Kitt and to all of the beautiful kings and queens who were in this beautiful moment, showing us through on screen, showing us in their marches, showing us in the arts, showing us in their fight, in their stand, and in their resolve that Black is beautiful, that we are beautiful. We are grateful to the ancestors. From the pyramids and the Sphinx in Africa to our people, our ancestors who were called out of their names and whose practices and herbal remedies and traditional medicines were maligned and demonized. Because you continue to stand, now we have medical people who are still working in that tradition who are our people, inventors, who are working to make sure that we are safe, that we are healed, and that we are blessed. We thank you. We honor you for all that you have done in all areas of life. We honor you and we are grateful. We are grateful and we are keepers of our history, of our wisdom and our knowledge. And we are keepers of the now, of what is happening now. And we are keepers of our legacy and a heritage for the future. We are the ones who will pass down to our children these principles. And we will not only pass them down in words, but in our vocation and in our deeds. We will allow the light from within to shine wherever we go and wherever we are. We bless you. Speak the name of your ancestors now. For all that is and all that has been and all that will be, we give thanks. And so it is. Thank you again so much for joining me. I'm Synolve. I'm your spiritual guide on your spiritual journey during this great awakening moment. Thank you so much for being here. Go ahead and perform all the rituals that you must perform. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Consider giving a donation if this has been a blessing to you. I'll leave all the information and links below. And know that we are working with Craft Organization to provide food and clothing and opportunities for our people to return to Africa, to learn, to explore, and to study. I love you guys so much. Consider hitting the join button and becoming a part of the family, or just sharing a monthly gift on a regular basis so that you can be a part of this family and receive special content, exclusive content that is just for you. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you so much. Please tell me and comment below how you are living out, Nia, this purpose in your own life. And let me know if you knew that this was your purpose, that this was what we were to do. Let me know. Let me know. I look forward to talking with you again soon on our next video, which will be day 6. And I pray that you are having an amazing, beautiful day. Go into your purpose. This is a collective purpose. We'll talk about our individual purposes on other videos, but go into our collective purpose, right? Restoring our African mind as African people throughout the African world. All right. I love you guys so much. And I'm going to see you in another video real soon. Bye-bye, guys.